If we want to go to this, it's easy for me to prove, if anyone has knowledge, that what I said is right. Okay? For example, open Bukhari, you will find a hadith that if you find a Jew or a Christian walking down the street, push them to the side. It is well known from what Umar ibn al-Khattab and the Khulafa ar-Rashidin used to implement, that the Jew and Christian was not allowed to ride on a horse when the Muslim is riding on the horse. They will have to walk. Allah, He said in the Quran about the jizya, that fight the people of the book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it's in the Quran, fight the people of the book and those who do not believe that what Allah has made lawful as lawful and what Allah has made unlawful as lawful, until they pay the jizya and feel themselves subdued. The purpose of the jizya is to make the Jew and the Christian know that they are inferior and subjugated to Islam. Okay? In the Muslim state, although the Jew and Christian is free to practice their religion, this is allowed, but they cannot display their cross. And even in the time of Umar, they were not allowed to reconstruct or construct new churches. All of this is to create an atmosphere where it is encouraging the people to come to Iman and Islam, not to remain upon kufr and misguidance. Yes, we do not force people. We do not say, you must become Muslim or we kill you. That's not correct. But it is from Islam to create an environment where people are pressurized and encouraged to be upon the path of haqq, and we do not encourage people to be upon the way of batil. Although the Sharia allows the Jew and the Christian to practice their religion in the Islamic country, it does not encourage it. It does not encourage it. Because when I mentioned about the hadith about pushing them to the side of the road, this is not for this place. Do not do that here. Please, that is not the way to understand the hadith. Okay? This is in the Muslim land where Islam is established, is Dar al-Islam. If you behave like that, they will feel encouraged to become Muslim. Here, if you do that, you will start a fight. And they will think, what is this? No, this is not the way to behave. Here is the opposite. You have to be kind, you have to give good character, you have to give them da'wah, and so, inshallah, to befriend them for that purpose. Because the basis of Islam is that it is the only deen and the only religion, the only way of life that is acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna deena inda Allahi al-Islam. Verily the deen, the way of life, the religion with Allah is Islam. It is the only way of life acceptable to Allah, and whoever chooses another way of life, another religion, it will never be accepted from them, and in the next life they will be from the losers. They will be from the eternal inhabitants of hellfire. So it is impossible for a Muslim to believe in the unity of religions. Indeed, whoever claims that the Jew and the Christian are our brethren in faith has without doubt made a statement of clear kufr, of clear rejection of the most basic verses of the Quran. They have rejected the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have not understood this deen. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us, be careful who you take as your friend, because you will take your deen from your friend. You will take your religion, you will take your way of life from your friend. And this is one of the reasons why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has warned us in His book, do not take the disbelievers as your awliya. Do not take the disbelievers as your awliya. Do not take the Jews and the Christians or the mushrikeen as your awliya. Do not prefer them to the believers. Do not prefer their company to the company of the believers. Do not take them as your, and what is the word awliya? What does it mean? It has a meaning of friendship, close friendship. It has the meaning of your advisor, your protector. The awliya, your wali, that is the one who you go to, you seek protection from, you seek help from, you seek aid from, you seek advice from. When you have a problem, it is the one who is your intimate friend and your protector from whom you seek advice. The one who is close to you and you are close to them. And Allah has forbidden the Muslim, the believer, from taking the unbeliever as their awliya. Allah has forbidden us from having that relationship with the unbelievers, whether it is us individually, as individuals, or as nations. Or as nations. It is extraordinary to find how many of the Muslim nations boast and say how America, they are our awliya, our allies, our friends. How Britain, France, Germany and Australia and other countries, they are our friends and our allies. The next most widely discussed topic in the Quran, and that has the most number of verses dedicated to it after the issue of Tawheed and Shirk, is the issue of Wala and Bara. The issue of who we should be allied to and who we should be at enmity with. Who are our friends and who are our enemies.